Doing the throw, 20 end zone, touchdown, Parker. Pick off by Xavier Howard. Pick up for it, fires to the end zone, touchdown! That's hard work.
What's good, Finn Nation? What's good? It's your boy Reason, and you already know what time it is. It's Friday, so it's that preview slot. Y'all already know what it is. And the Jets, it's a rematch with the New York Jets. And I want to thank everyone for having, for supporting the channel and coming out and taking some time out of your Friday night to come hang out with me as we preview this game, as we take a little bit of a deep dive. And I just, as usual, I want to shout out every single one of you that are in the chat that have showed up. Shout out to Vicken, and happy Thanksgiving to each and every one of you. I know us Canadians, us Canucks had ours last month, but shout out to all of you guys out there who, you celebrated last night. Maybe some of you are meeting up with your family tonight, whatever the case may be. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. So shout out to Vicken, shout out to Kieran, shout out to George. I see you showing up. We'll pop up to the top here, and I'll shout everyone out. Shout out to Damian D. Shout out to Jason Greaves, Chef Jew, Omar, Matthew Marsden. What's good, homie? Omar, Jason Greaves, how you doing? Omar says, really. Reason should be working for the NFL. Reason knows the game. Appreciate you, homie, man. That's much love and respect. Matthew, do you think we still have a chance of making the playoffs? Yes, man. Of course, we're still 6-4, man. World is not falling, my friends. We'll be fine. Just got to keep faith. Got to believe that Coach Flo and everyone are going to keep everything in check, and I believe that's going to happen. But shout out to you. Shout out to Chalk Vanilla Straw. The Neapolitan Nightmare. That's what I'm going to call you, son. I appreciate you for showing up. MG Taxman, appreciate you. Jocks, Mercenary, Tommy Brinkley. He asked his fifth starting. Brother, we are going to get into that. Don't you fret. That's going to be one of the big topics. Ronnie, shout out to you. Armando, how are you doing? Armando, how you doing tonight? Ronnie, shout out to you. Let's keep it rolling here. Shake Money, Shake. What's good, homie? How you doing? Man, I don't want to butcher your name. I do not want to butcher your name, but I've seen you support the channel on Facebook. I'm gonna call you Tilly, okay? Even if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Right now, until you tell me wrong, I'm calling you Tilly. Because I don't want to Tilly Laggy. I don't want to butcher your name. So, and I think I probably just did. So, I appreciate you. You show love on all different platforms. So appreciate you. I don't want to butcher your name. So from here on out, until we meet face to face, or you do the whole tongue of a Loa gif where you pronounce you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call you Tilly until you tell me differently. All right. Vicken, happy. Vicken says, happy Canada Day, brother. That is in July. That's July 1st. Funny story. I actually hate Canada Day. Even sadder part of the story, Canada Day is actually the day my grandfather passed away. So I'm not a big Canada Day fan. Shout out to Kristen. Yes, shout out to Kristen Wilkins. Shout out to you, Rami. How you doing? Round 2 with Space Case says Shake Money. I know, I love it, brother. It's clearly obvious they got to be tanking by now. I mean, although in fairness to them, they give the Chargers a little bit of a run for their money. But I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. You can't be hiding that anymore right now. It's pretty bad. It's pretty pathetic to watch that go down right now. Sorry guys, I'm gonna take a quick. How's everyone doing on their Friday night? Finn's Weekly. Is the season over? We lose to the Jets? No, we're still 6-5. Justin's Pro Football Scouting Analysis. Appreciate you, man. Yes, pound that like button. Pound away. Hit that like button. Smash it. Help us out. You know what it is, man. Rami, I didn't even notice. I just shouted you out. It says, Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for the first YouTube channel that is actually teaching me more about the Finns. I don't know whether you're taking a jab or whether they're being honest and just truthful and pure and humble, but either way, I appreciate that compliment, man. Jason, what was the sorry, I missed the first half. Tell me what the Patriots game was proof of. Let me know. And you know what I do want to shout out? Because shout out to Tilly and shout out to, I know we've had a little bit of an influx. A lot of love from a lot of Samoan supporters of Tua. I want y'all to know, when you look at all the YouTubers in the landscape, man, you know, I was out there in the forefront driving this bandwagon for the kid. I believe in this kid, you know. Man, I would build a whole team full of Samoa. I want Panay Sewell next. You know where I'm going. So what's mute, Justin's? Oh, the Jets tanking? Yeah. The Jets are most definitely tanking. I guess they want Trevor Lawrence that badly. They want to ruin a kid from Clemson. Shout out to them for wanting to do that, I guess. The best thing's gonna be if, oh man, imagine if they win a couple games in the at the end. Oh, that'd be amazing. Jason Grief says trade for Panay. Well, I mean, let's hop right into this right now because this is a good before we get into preview, some non-preview, because you know your homie loves the draft talk. So let's get in, I guess. Let's get into a little bit of a little preview of where we're standing in terms of right now with draft picks for next year's. Because, guys, the Panay Sewell sweepstakes are not looking good right now. Right now, our highest pick is 11th. I mean, that's not very good. That's not very, Panay Sewell, guys. I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. He is not falling to 11. You have to be smoking the good to think he's going to. He ain't falling past 3. Quarterback, not passing this right here. Dallas, who knows what Jerry's going to do. He wouldn't, and if Cincinnati somehow didn't want Panay Sewell, he wouldn't fall past here, and then they'd put Herbert back with his boy. The way the Andrew Thomas experiment was working out, he probably wouldn't even fall past here. So, right now, sitting at 11, that is our top pick, and then our second pick is 17. So, how do I put it to you guys nicely? Y'all better be ready for receiver. I'm telling you right now, that is a receiver. That is prime spot for a receiver. Jalen Waddle, come on down. You're the next contestant on Who Wants to Be a Miami Dolphin, baby. Devontae Smith, you're the next. Hey, let's do it, man. Screw it. 11 and 17. Let's go back-to-back Bama weapons. Let's really, really turn it on. Actually, to be honest with you, because we're not getting Panay Sewell at 17, I'm avoiding what happened last year. Whew. Because I got to see. I don't know how draft pundits are panning out. I know I've been telling all y'all about him for quite some time now. My favorite right tackle in this draft. I got to see what people are panning out in terms of, but Abraham Lucas, guys, from Washington State, that's who I want as a right tackle. I was originally thinking going into the offseason, second rounder, but now I'm hearing like first round chatter. So I got to hear how this pans out because, you got to take a receiver and then you got to come back and you either got to take a tackle or you have to take Creed Humphrey. And I mean, that's just facts. I think Creed Humphrey would really help our interior out. I know everyone wants to stick to he's a left-handed, he snaps. I don't care about that. That's whatever. A righty can snap to a left-handed quarterback just fine. Don't give me that. Landon Dickerson from Alabama, who's a beyond the first round option at center as well. I mean, come on. I don't want to hear about that. So, I mean, this is like seriously. So, I mean, y'all already know what a time it is. I am huge. You won't meet me to. I was talking about Penei Sewell, a year ago. My thing is, this might turn into Abraham Lucas channel, depending on what I gauge the situation with where people think he might go. $5 donation, shake money, please stop smoking that good for being stupid, lol. I'm pretty sure some people are just born that way for real. You're right, 110%. My problem with the tackles is the right tackle. The right tackle class is nowhere near as strong as last year's right tackle class. And I mean, I don't want to tell you I told you also about Tristan Wirfs, but you watch how he plays this year. If we had Tristan Wirfs, how confident would we be right now? And that's no knock on Austin Jackson. Austin Jackson, we were fairly confident with you before you got hurt. After you got hurt, I mean, different story, but you could have come back from injury earlier. I don't know, but people were coming across your face like it was no issue. And that was your problem in college. But, I'm just saying, if we had Tristan Wirfs, we could get a left tackle. We wouldn't be worrying about that. But now we got to worry about this blind side. And Karras is not the answer. I want people to realize we have significant needs. A run stuffing nose tackle that allows Raekwon to work inside out or outside in, that versatility, that flexibility, a run stuffing legit run, which again, we can get in the third. I'm not worried about that, but we need that. We need a running back, guys. We can't stop lying to ourselves. Now we'll get into it, but Salvon Ahmed doesn't look like he's going to be suiting up on Sunday. So, and Flores was non-committal today on both Tua and Myles Gaskin, because if you guys have been following along, Myles Gaskin, from what we understand, he can be brought off IR and cleared to go, but Flores today was non-committal on him for some reason. So that might be the Matt Breida show for all we know. I mean, this is a real possibility, but guys, 11 and 17, so many options. You can go back-to-back receivers. You can go receiver. What if they surprise us and, they take a guy like Travis Etienne at 11? It's not top 10. What if a guy like Travis Etienne's sitting there at 11? It's, food for thought. And then you come back at 17 and you get a Humphrey. I mean, I would be fine with the Trey Hill, a Dickerson, or a Josh Myers later on, but you could get a Creed Humphrey. You come back, get the tackle of your choice. A lot of options here. You could double up on receivers, and then you could come back and turn around and go O-line heavy or find that running back at the top of the second round. This could be a sexy draft for people who like weapons, but we need an interior linebacker. We could use two. We could really honestly use two. We could use some depth. Let's be honest with ourselves. We could use a legitimate starter. We could use a depth guy you draft later on. We could use a nose, a 2-down run stuffing nose that allows Raekwon to move back into that zero tech on third down and flank that run stuffing nose with Wilkins for the first 2 downs when we know they're in run situations. Obviously receivers, and I use that plural. Running back, tackle. We do need another center. Again, we need more offensive depth in the draft in terms of offensive line. We do need depth in the later rounds. The way this carousel is working, we don't know if Fitz is coming back. Do you take a developmental quarterback in the 5th, 6th, 7th round? That's another question that's got to be asked, because I believe right now we're sitting at 9 picks. So, there are holes, guys. This is why no one's sitting here saying this is, when everyone is like, oh my God, that went 5 in a row. We're going to the Super Bowl. That's why everyone is saying, yo. We're still second year of the rebuild. I've been consistent with that. Ball game's been consistent with that. So, I've seen people trying to argue ball game in the chat when he says that stuff, but he's right. And I support him 110% when he says that. So, this is still year 2 of the rebuild, especially when you look at the draft plethora we're about to have this offseason. This is not, guys, this is not by any stretch of the imagination. This is not, all right? And I repeat, not the beginning of the window. It's like I said, they just opened the window in the middle of the rebuild because of the free agency. Free agency upgraded the defense big time. And what did that do? That allowed them to be as successful as we've been, because we can all sit here and say the defense has been a major reason for a few of our wins this year already. So, it is what it is. So I just wanted to give everyone a quick update on what's going on with the draft order right now. All right, guys. So, let's get right into the injury report, because the injury report is, let's build up chronologically to the injury report. Okay. That's probably the best way to do this. Okay, so here we go. Let's start off with what happened on just a few days ago, guys. Just a matter of 2 days ago, on Wednesday, November 25th. I want you guys to see what Tom Pelissero had basically tweeted out earlier in the day, so we can go along here. So it came out that Tua Tagovailoa, and again, this isn't someone from the Dolphins media, guys. Tua Tagovailoa jammed his left thumb on a helmet in practice, source said. Early indications are it's nothing serious. Miami listed him as limited on the injury report. Okay, so let's keep rolling here right now. News came out today, guys, and to know, it just seems like it's a revolving door for this guy once again, guys. Jake Ruddick was visiting for at least the fourth time this season. This is per Barry Jackson, Aaron Wilson, and has been on practice squad with Miami earlier this season, as we all know, multiple times. So he would be backup option to Fitzpatrick if Tua thumb injury lingers. San Diego rookie Reed Sinnett is Finn's practice squad QB. So that has to tell you guys that this is a legitimate concern if Jake Ruddick came back, because from what I understand, guys, this is on his throwing hand. So that does make it somewhat of a concern. So, they're probably going to test it out pregame. They're going to see what's going on in terms of accuracy, if he's good to go early on. If they don't like the accuracy, if it's affecting his throwing, he's probably going to get replaced. So, and I don't mean replace in terms of the rest of the season. I mean, they're going to see, from what we understand, Tua wants to play. So this is probably going to be a game time decision, because if you guys remember, what did they get rid of this year? No longer can you list a player as probable, right? They've got rid of that whole term for injury reports, is gone. And probable means, guys, you're going to play. So it's going to be, they're going to test it out. I think he's going to go. That's the early indication right now, is that he's going to go. So everyone, the sky's not falling. Tua looks like he's going to be good to go. It's just, it sucks that happened, but it is what it is. It's a contact sport. I will take a jammed finger all day over what Joe Burrow just went through. Thank you very much. So that said, Tua can get through it. And you know what? If he goes out and balls out, here's the thing. Let's talk about Tua for a sec, guys, because I'm really in a hard place right here right now. I want you guys to realize something, what we're about to walk into this weekend. Because I can sit here and say, me, EM, ball game, we've all educated you guys to the point where y'all know what's going on. Y'all get it, right? You're not, how do I say this? You're not you're not the dumb side of Dolphins social media. Let's put it that way, okay? That's what I like to think of our fan base. That's why we hold our mods to a high standard here. Anywho, that all said, okay? I want you guys to realize what we're walking into. Tua could go off for 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 picks this weekend. Follow it up with 350 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 0 picks against the Bengals. You know what everyone will say? Well, it was against the Jets and the Bengals. But on the flip side, even with the injury he's battling right now, if he struggles, you guys know, and 'tis the season, you guys know he's going to be crucified more than Jesus H. Christ. That's just facts. And that's scary, man. I want people to realize that. That is a scary, scary thought. Okay? No one's holding a Joe Burrow or Justin Herbert to that standard. They don't care that they were beating Jacksonville and teams with porous defenses. That didn't matter. But for Tua, it's going to matter. That's what the sad thing is, guys. This kid, even if he goes and balls out this week, people are going to say, well, it was against the Jets. But if he loses, they're going to crucify him. You see? The kid's already, I want people to realize, fifth start, and fans in the media are putting him in a win-win, a lose-lose situation. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. And then people will give him credit if we beat Kansas City when, let's be honest with ourselves, it's going to take the defense playing probably their best game of the year to beat that offense. So, I just want people to realize what we're walking into. These are the standards that even some people are. And how do people call themselves I don't get this, man. People call themselves fans of this team. Listen, I told y'all what it was about Josh Rosen when I got into this YouTube game last October. Was I wrong? Was I wrong? And I kept telling y'all, it's not the kid, it's the evaluation. Was I wrong? No. Told all y'all about Tua since last August. In terms of evaluation, what I saw on tape, etc. Was I wrong? You can say from what you see right now, it's a different game. But clearly I wasn't. You know why? Because the Dolphins drafted him at 5. Clearly they saw the same thing. Curtis Weaver, he may not be on the team anymore, but I was telling all y'all about October when no one knew who he was from Boise State. They drafted him and everyone called it before he got cut and then picked up by the Browns. One of the steals of the draft. So I'm just sitting here and saying, man, I'm not wrong about this kid. But people need to learn and people need to recognize. First of all, I did the math. Y'all know that Tua Tagovailoa averages 24.25 attempts per game. Okay? Everyone wiling out about Justin Herbert. Do you know Justin Herbert right now averages 38.89 attempts per game? That's ridiculous. That's almost a full 15 more throws than what Tua gets a game. Tua's averaging 24. That's only 9. That's add 9 to that 15, and that's basically what he averages. That's crazy. That's 60% of Tua's in-game throw attempts. And I keep telling y'all, I've told y'all on stream, told y'all on the finish line. We're a horizontal offense, guys. Yeah, they're taking vertical shots, but for the main part, we're horizontal. Okay? What's the issue with that? when the offense struggles, a quarterback in a horizontal offense, his numbers are going to look significantly worse than someone who struggles in a vertical-based offense. And that's what the Chargers are. And I mean, our game showed y'all exactly what that was. I kept telling y'all that he would get shut down because we are going to take away the vertical routes and the seams. What happened? Forced him to the sideline. He throws a pick. Tua can make those throws. That's the difference between Herbert. It's just our offense is handcuffing him for some reason. I don't know. The play calling, the protection, the lack, like 17 guys, 17 rush attempts last game. The most you were down by was 10 and you lost by 7. And you only run the ball that many times? That's ridiculous. That's absolutely pathetic. Unreal, man. So, I mean, people just need, I don't know. People need to relax. People need to relax, man. It's just everyone's waiting for this kid to slip up, but then they want him to be the first one to just show him love. Unbelievable. I don't know. It is what it is, though, man. The hypocrisy is for real. Like, they want to be the first one to rip the kid apart, but then they want to act like they're the first in line to show the kid love. It's unbelievable, man. Like, I've never wavered with this kid. I will never waver with this kid. This is my quarterback until this team tells me differently. Like, unbelievable. Unbelievable. So that's just a quick update, but let's keep it rolling because there was some good news, guys. If you've been following along, again, we'll go chronologically from this week because, like I said, there was some good stuff to take away. So firstly, Christian Wilkins was officially activated off the reserve COVID list. So automatically we will have more support in the run game this week. I can't wait. That's great. That's good news. You'd love to see it. So, good stuff. And then continuing on, guys, there was more COVID list news today. Recently. And continuing on, 2 people came off the COVID list. One that stopped our breath, especially with what you're going to see with the injury report. But Jesse Davis and Matt Cole came off the reserve COVID list, and Cole has been restored to the practice squad. But thank God Jesse Davis is back. And I've said that multiple times this season. I never thought I would. And the reason why I'm saying that, guys, is as we take a deeper dive into the injury report for this week, oh boy, Solomon Kinley is officially out, guys. Solomon Kinley is officially out. He did not practice all week, so he's out. Salvin Ahmed, he is out. He did not practice all week as well. Raekwon started off limited. He's now into full participation. Shaq Lawson, Shaq Lawson, Jamal Perry, they just have little ailments they've been battling. Tua, you see, has been limited all week, but they do have him listed as questionable. Kyle Van Noy started off the week limited, but now he was a full participant today. So good to see that. And then when you go to the Jets side, guys, they haven't cashed in yet. They're I haven't seen what's happened right now in terms of let me give you an updated one for I can find that in 2 seconds. Let me give you an updated one for them. But if you look, Frank Gore looked like he was going to be out potentially. So there were, because if they got to lean on a guy like LaMichael Pirine, that's in our favor, I think. So yeah. So the doubtful, they have some doubtful guys. They have some bring that up for you guys. Give me a sec, guys. Let me just bring it up for you. All right, here we go. So yeah, they do have Patrick Onwuasor. He is out. The linebacker is out. George Fant, one of their better offensive linemen, he is going to be. It looks like he's doubtful. I'll pull it up so you guys can see what I'm looking at right now. I have the official. I have the official one right up for me right now, so I'll pull it up for you guys to see, so you guys can see exactly what I'm looking at. Here you go. Here is an update of all that and a. Let me just see. All right. So here you go, guys. This is your updated injury report. This is your game status. As you can see on our side, Salvin Ahmed, Solomon Kinley are out. Jakeem Grant's questionable. Tua is questionable. And then I don't have to tell you LP limited practice, FP full practice, DNP did not practice. And guys, down here, you're just dealing with ailments. But Van Noy does have that legit. But I'm talking about these guys who are full practice all week, but they showed up. They do have ailments. If they saw the doctor, they have to show up. That's why. So those are just more ailments. So Sam Darnold is good to go. He started off questionable, limited. Frank Gore got into full practice today. Gase continues to, I guess, give the guy days off. Remember, he used to be frustrated when he was with the Dolphins about how Gase used to continuously give him days off. So, I mean, there you go. A linebacking core right now for them that isn't very, very good at all. Has a couple more injuries and potential guys out for this weekend. So, I mean, you hate to see it for them. Love to see it for us. So that is your injury report update, guys. George Fant, guys, that is a big, big loss for offensive line where, let's be honest, we already wildly exposed last time we played them, especially early on. And that is that's not the best. And even Alex Lewis, I know he's questionable. He'll probably go. But I mean, Alex Lewis, that's those are their two best offensive linemen right there are next to Mekhi Becton, the rookie, obviously. But when you talk about their veterans, you got Alex Lewis, Van Rotten, and Fant are probably their best guys. Idaga. So it's crazy. Those are some big injuries for them, especially on the offensive line. So again, just something that the Miami Dolphins are gonna have to take advantage of this weekend, guys. Just that's the way it is. So let's keep it rolling here, guys, because I mean, we still got a whole ton stuff to go over here because there is just a little side note I wanted to show because there's an interesting tidbit of a player the Dolphins worked out today in case you didn't see it. It's nothing big. He's been on the practice squad. He's bounced around, but he's a DB, and it's Akeem King. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it came out today that we did work out Akeem King. And Akeem King, this is a guy who's got 4.41, 40-yard. He's got a decent vertical. He went to San Jose State. So he's bounced around between Seattle and a couple other teams. So it's going to be interesting. It seems like they really think there's a hole there, I guess, in terms of depth. So he contributes on special teams. I know when he's in Seattle, Pete Carroll liked to use him in a lot of different roles, so it'll be interesting to see what Flores can do with him, or if this is just another practice squad body. But you got to think adding a piece like that this late in the season, they want to see if they can get something out of the kid. I mean, all the power to them. It should be interesting to see. And then, guys, as usual, because I know, especially since it's in New York and a lot of you are down there in South Beach, You want to know what the Dolphins are going to be looking at in terms of weather this weekend. And here is your quarter by quarter forecast. You got opening kickoff. The temperature is going to be around 50 Fahrenheit, and it's going to be clear all game. It's going to get to about a high of 54, slowly rising throughout the game. But the humidity is going to go down from 52% to about 45% by the end of it. So, yeah, it's going to be clear throughout the day. Might be a little brisk, but it should be a let's hope it's a barn burner at the MetLife. Let's hope it's that, warm it up a little bit. And guys, before we continue on here, I gotta do what I do best, and y'all already know what it is. One of the things I do best is brand and marketed the program. So smash that like button, subscribe if you're new here. We're at about 1,962 subscribers, so we're 38, away from hitting 2K and doing that giveaway. So make sure you smash that like button, subscribe if you're new here. If you'd like to donate to the channel, paypal.me/Finside. You can also donate through the super chat. And then, of course, y'all already know what time it is. We always show love to them because they do nothing but show continuous love to us, the Patreons. If you want to become a Finside, the NFL patron, it's simple. All you got to do is go to patreon.com and /Finside the NFL, and you can go give it a look. See, we got multiple different levels, including the $2 level for anyone who just wants to support the channel monthly. And then we got more benefits for the higher up you go. And guys, those of you who use those, use the benefits. Not enough of you guys take advantage of those things who are already signed up. Take advantage of them. We're here for you. I'm here for you. So Infinite Trauma, Rhino Sith, Fake Spike, Shake Money, Shake, Joe B, KL Day, Ramon Casillas, Seth, Mr. 2-Bit, Slim Pickens, Ricketic, Big Time, Red Dino, Marino's Goat, Conflict, Keith Davis, your boy Trev, and our latest one, Josh Ortega, who you guys see continuously in the comments here. Appreciate each and every one of you guys for supporting the channel, supporting the movement. Appreciate you guys. If you want to continue to support the movement, there is a big time little cyber Monday Black Friday deal going on right now with patchvibes.com, and y'all need to check it out because you can use 2 codes, guys. You can use the patchvibes.com Finside code for 20% off as usual. But guess what else? If you spend $20 or more, guys, all right, $20 or more, you can enter a second code, and that second code is going to get you a free Miami Dolphins patch. Like here, there's limited surprise, but it's the commemorative Silver Season 25 anniversary of the Miami Dolphins. If you guys remember that, just going back. So you can go support the channel. You can hit patchvibes.com. You can enter the code Finside and you can get 20% off. But like I said, you can insert a second code, and I'm about to tell you that second code, and you can get, for limited supplies while they last, that patch. And you know what the promo code is, guys? It's simple. The promo code, free patch. That's it. So go there right now. You got 2 codes. You can get 20% off your order. You just got to spend more than $20, right? And then you see that patch we got up there, that beautiful silver patch. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. You can go get that. And I mean, it's easy. You just put in the code free patch and you get that free patch. You put in the code Finside and you get 20% off your order. It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. So go support the channel and go support a creator. And guys, if you want to support us, if you want to support the movement even further over here, well, that's simple. Guys, the Christmas season is upon us, and you can go over to teespring.com/stores/Finside the NFL. And guys, you can go pick from 5 different designs. There's hoodies, there's t-shirts. Go check them out. Go support the channel. Because hey man, everything helps the movement continue on here. And we only use those premium products. We didn't use any of those like little cheap ones. Nothing but good stuff. Good stuff. So and we're going to keep it going because guess what? We have a new sponsor, guys. We have a new sponsor, and it's simple. They're called This Is the Year, and guys, they do Miami Dolphins gear, and y'all are gonna love it. So let me show you guys the site and just exactly what they do. Because they got some real good stuff, guys. That I've been talking to them about. So hopefully your boy's gonna get some hands on some of that stuff. But I want y'all to check them out. Because you can use sorry, let me add that. Hold on. Basically, again, that code FINSIDE, guys. Y'all already know what time it is. This is the year. You can use 10% off with code FINSIDE. All right. You can get 10% off your order, and there's the link right there. And I'm going to show you exactly some of their. I feel like we should show you some of their products, right? Because I mean, it's not just fair for me to say, hey, go there and go check them out, especially since they're the first time on here. Because I think a lot of you guys are going to appreciate these products. So I want y'all to check them out. And we'll just go through the t-shirts here, man. They got Tua Mania. It's a beautiful shirt, but they got this shirt right here. I want to show y'all this. From Marino to Tua, and they've checked off every single quarterback in between. Go check it out. Comes in white, gray. So again, 10% off your order. Go use code FINSIDE, guys, and continue to support products and brands made for your Miami Dolphins. But let's continue on here, guys. So we're gonna get into the keys, all right? Because I think that's a good place to start. I really do. So let's start off with the offensive keys and what we need this offense to do this week against the New York Jets. So, guys, the offensive line, just straight up, flat out, number one, they need to pick up the stunts and the blitzes much better. We talked about this, how when you go back and Greg, especially if you guys listen to the finish line with me, Richmond, and Mr. Ballgame, we talked about this after the game, that the second half adjustments from Greg Williams basically laid the blueprint. That's why I was so worried, because of the talent we were about to face when we faced the Rams. Because basically how it works in the NFL is when a team lays a blueprint, right? Your opponent is watching all the tape on you. So they basically come back, they see everything you did and didn't do, and then they want to exploit that to the best of its ability. That's why it's a copycat league, right? That's why you hear a lot of people say it's a copycat league. So what's happened, though, is if you look at what happened against this past weekend against the Denver Broncos with Vic Fangio, they got to us 6 times. Now, they got us, I believe 3 were 4-man stunts, and the other 3 were 5-man stunts on nickel blitzes. So, they've even kind of accelerated and added to the formula to make it even more successful. And Solomon McKinley's going to be out. Jesse Davis is going to be in. So that means Hunt and Davis are going to be manning the right side. My guess is Hunt's probably going to be at right tackle and Jesse Davis is going to be at guard. For some reason, they like that when you should be just be trying Hunt at guard and Davis at tackle. So, everyone struggled though this past weekend. Jackson struggled. Flowers struggled. Karras didn't really get much stunts his way, but Karras struggled in general, and has for the past couple of weeks. Kinley struggled. Davis struggled when he was. Hunt struggled when he was in. So, the injury doesn't really matter because everyone's struggling. It's not one guy. One guy isn't going to topple this over like dominoes right now. So it's going to be really, really key that the offensive line probably plays one of the better games that they played all year, even though it's against the Jets. Just because heading into our second key right now, establish the run and don't abandon it. Now, what's happened? Howard's been cut. Ahmed is now hurt. Flores wouldn't commit to Gaskin today. We know Braid is there, DeAndre Washington's there, and Laird's there. Somehow, some way, with this makeshift backfield, with all these pieces they're trying to put together back there, they need this to come together right now. And they need it to come together this week and build some confidence off it because we don't know when Ahmed's going to be back. We don't know what the plan for Gaskin is, although it does seem soon. But they need to establish the run, and they need to, for once, establish it in the first half and don't abandon it. I don't want to see someone coming in the third quarter, opening it up, and it's not the guy who's got the hot hand, the proverbial hot hand for us throughout the game. That's not smart coaching. That's not a smart personnel decision. Be better than that. Okay? So we're going to need that to improve 100, 100, 110%. It's not even a question. All right? And the offensive line, picking up the stunts and blitzes much better. Back to this for a sec. Greg Williams is a better blitzer than Vic Fangio. Okay, this is not going to be pretty. This is not going to be pretty. All right? We're going to need more designed bootlegs and rollouts. We're going to need bubble screens and screens. We're going to need a quick, rhythmic passing game. All right? None of this over the top. Go for the chains, kid. Go for the chains. Move the football. Worry about that. Don't worry about these deep shots right now, especially if you got a thumb injury. No, Bill Clinton, Vic Fangio is not a better blitzer than Greg Williams. I mean, I just had Richmond Webb and Mr. Ballgame support that, so I'm gonna take their opinion over a lot of people's here. So you need to get better. And even in run support, our offensive line was poor in run support. And this hasn't been one game. This has been a continuing theme. I've been telling y'all this. Why do you think I've been banging the table for Panay so well? All right, we don't have a right tackle. There's not a right tackle. There is not a legitimate starting right tackle as of November 27th, 2020 on the Miami Dolphins right now. You have a swing tackle and you got a rookie that's a guard that for some reason they're trying to just continue to stick at tackle. Doesn't have the feet to be a tackle. So, and Flowers continues to struggle. I keep saying it's becoming a recurring thing. He's not worth $10.5 million. That's Karras is not, you are seeing why he was a backup his career. Austin Jackson, I'm giving a pass because, he could have came back from injury early. We don't know that. And I mean, it is what it is. I mean, Solomon Kinley, it's clear that foot that he's been battling for a month and a half now has gotten to the point where now he's legitimately missing time. So, a lot of injuries going on. Again, depth is needed because the next guy up, if anything happens again, and that we were possibly staring down the barrel of if Jesse Davis did not come off the COVID reserve was Julian Davenport. So, I mean, that's it. It is what it is. So, and then again, let's keep going here. The third key that I have here is Tua needs to take what the defense gives him, but also make them pay when they present big play opportunities. Okay. So, what I mean by that is stick to the chains, young boy. Stick to the chains. So, I mean, stick to the chains. And here's another thing. The problem lately has been Tua has been oddly and uncharacteristically inaccurate when he's been making the open read. You need to get better than that. That's just the fact of the matter. You need to get better and you need to hit those open reads, whether it's on the intermediate level or the deep level. If the defense, because this offense is so horizontal based, when they present you opportunities and a guy has a step on them, you need to make them pay. Period. Okay? Because this game is about building confidence for this offense. Well, it's for the defense too, but let's start off with the offense right now. This Jets defense, in the run game and in the passing game, in the trenches, we should be able to smash them in the mouth. Other than Quinn and Williams. The problem is they just have a very good defensive coordinator. And we'll talk about that later on a little bit. And you're right, Scott. He does seem hesitant to throw 50-50 balls because that's not his game. He can hit you if you have a quarter of a step on the guy. But he's not a high point passer. That's not his game. Can he become that? Of course. I'm not worried about that at all. Jeff, I don't think they threw the towel on Dieter. I think they're just grooming him. So because there were times this past game where we showed you in the All-22 where he could have taken, instead of taking the deep shot, he could have taken underneath. And you got to do that. All right, especially as a rookie leaning on the defense, but it's going to come down to that second tee. Got to have the run game. I don't want to see less than 25 attempts this week. Perfect world, I see 30, and we have over 100 yards combined. So that's where we're at. No, Bill. Robert Hunt is not a tackle. Watch film, brother. He's not a tackle. Watch film. He does not have the feet. He does not have the feet and the athleticism and the lower base right now. He doesn't have the lateral quickness. And that's not something you can develop. He is a guard. He is Brandon Schreff. Look up who Brandon Schreff is. Educate yourself. That's who he is. So, no, we do not have a right tackle. That's why Jesse Davis went back there and was starting when Austin Jackson came back, not Robert Hunt. It took Kinley going down for things to get switched up. You got a guy who moves, his feet are constantly in quicksand. He does not have the feet to be that's why guys, why do you think Marcus Golden was beating him so easily? Because he can't handle guys with that athleticism, that bend around the edge, because he doesn't have the feet. It is what it is, man. Like, it's not an indictment on the player. It happens, especially with tackles. Do you know how many tackles come to the NFL and get kicked into guard? Oh, look at that. Eric Flowers. Didn't see you there. Top 10 pick. Had to get kicked into guard to continue to stay relevant in the NFL because he had a pass rush win rate percentage of like 80. That's terrible. Yeah, Brandon Schreff can play right tackle, but he is a right guard. He went to the Pro Bowl as a guard, not as a right tackle. Yeah, he's not gonna get it. He's not gonna get that quick step. So, all right, let's keep him rolling here for defense. Because I can't wait till y'all see, because I went off the board on the matchup to watch here. It's gonna be interesting to see. So here we go. Make Flacco feel uncomfortable due to pressure early, like week 6. If you guys remember, he struggled, and that interception came on early against us, and it really allowed us to build that early lead early on against them in week 6. We're going to need that to happen again. We had him coming out of his drops consistently in his back pedal and not even setting his feet and planting his feet most of the time. We need to do that all over again and just keep on him early and often. Last week was one of the rare times, well, the first time since Lawson came back from injury, that Lawson and Ogba had a real struggle setting the edge and doing a lot of things and getting a lot of pressure. It just wasn't there. This week, we're going to need to see it continue because Raekwon continues to get better week by week. Well, now we need everything to come together, and this is a game where that pass rush and those trench players and that front seven especially, they can get back that confidence we had going into Denver game that might be wilted just a little bit by losing to, I think, someone we can all agree to as a little bit of an inadequate opponent. Just they were better coached on that day in certain aspects. So Joe Flacco, make him feel uncomfortable due to pressure early, like week 6. Get him constantly in his back pedal, throwing off his back foot, making mistakes, giving us the ball back, giving the offense opportunities to capitalize early. I mean, that is the ideal thing, obviously, the first key. So take Gore and P. Ryan out of this equation offensively for the Jets. Now, when you go back to week 6, when we played them, Frank Gore, he didn't. I mean, no one's going to sit here and say that the guy lit us up. By no stretch of the imagination did that happen. I mean, but the thing is, and the thing we got to stop is he did average 4.2 yards per carry. He had 11 carries for 46 yards. They brought in that Ty Johnson kid later on, and he had 3 carries for 42 yards. LaMichael P. Ryan had 7 carries for 27. So every back averaged 3.9 yards or more against that. Would love to see that down around the 3 to 2.5 yard range. We don't want to. The thing that really sucked about the San Diego game with the whole Balaj thing is Balaj had 68 yards on the ground, but he made them all count. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is a lot of his runs moved the sticks and bailed Justin Herbert out. I don't want that. The problem is if a running back can get 55, 60 yards, but they're all bailout yards that move the chains, we don't want that. Okay, I don't want to see that nonsense. Flacco was 21 of 44. He threw for 186 yards and an interception. I want to see a similar stat line this week. And against the run game, they had 22 carries for a total of 115 yards. I want them to have 25 carries for 90 yards this week. I don't want to see them in triple digits coming off. Let's get that confidence back in that front seven this week. Not for us, but for them, for the team. And this is the perfect game. This is a confidence builder game for both sides of the football. So go do it. Go out and get it. All right. And then number 3, I got forced turnovers. Now, I know that's an easy thing to say, but there's a reason why I'm saying it. And this is more so for the offense. And what I mean by that is, if we can put them in consistent, good field position that can lead to scores like we did to the last game where Tua got a score off an interception, off a turnover. Early on, maybe we can get a rhythm going. And if we can establish a rhythm, again, turnovers, and again, not only help your defense confidence, but if they put our offense in a good position to score points, that's also going to help out our offense. And that's going to build our offense's confidence. Now, I know that's a lot to lean on your defense to help build the offense the offense's confidence. But this is, again, a game where you can do that. It's not like we're going in against a playoff contender, right? We're going in against a team that very well might only win 1 or 2 games this season. So I really, really want the defense. I know they can win this game for us. That's no problem. But I do want to see them to an extent. Like, if you're going to ask me, do I want to pick 6 from Van Noy, or do I want Van Noy to pick the ball off, take it down to the 15, and then Tua throws the ball into the end zone? I'm going to take Tua throwing the ball in the end zone because our offense needs rhythm. They need confidence. And this is a game where you can establish that. Don't let this opportunity slip through your hands. That's just where I'm at with it. And I mean, like, you look at this, guys, we are going right now. You look at their offense. They're 32nd in yards per game. They're 32nd in passing yards. They're 25th in rushing yards per game. They're 32nd in points per game. They're 31st in third down percentage, and we're second defensively in third down percentage allowed. I mean, we're 4th in points per game allowed. They are 32nd in points per game offensively. That's not a good mixture for them. So, we can expose them. Let's do this. I believe, especially in our defense, that they can put our offense in a position to be consistently successful. And, you can't ask for much more. So let's keep it rolling here. And here's the match to watch, guys. I haven't done this yet this season, but I have to. The match to watch, it's simple. It's Chan Gailey against Greg Williams. It's the offense versus the defense. It goes back to what I said earlier. How, picking up those blitzes and stunts. Now the extension is, how has Chan Gailey got his offense ready for them? How is he schemed? What adjustments has he schemed up to if he's going to see those? That's what's up here. All right. See, Bill, I'm going to stick to this Robert Hunt thing. So then why did he not have a problem handling Arik Armstead, who's been in the league for multiple years? So why you're talking about, why does your argument not hold up for when he faced Arik Armstead and had no problem with him? I'll tell you why. Because Arik Armstead was trying to stand him up power on power. You can't do that with Hunt. That's Hunt's game. That's why he had no problem with them. Dude, scouting reports, tape, evaluations. This tells you all this. I mean, it's not because he's a rookie. That was all on tape. All you got to do is watch it. Not just sit there and say, oh, he's a right tackle because my team drafted him. No, you have to actually watch the tape. That was in the evaluation of the kid. So this is the matchup you have to watch, especially Solomon Kinley's out. That right side continues to be questionable at times. You don't know what version of Ted Karras you're going to get on this Sunday. The left side has been really poor the last couple games since Austin Jackson came back, which is crazy because Jesse Davis, his last game, when he played at left tackle, he was probably our best offensive lineman that game. So, I mean, it is what it is. So, this is going to be your matchup. How does Chan Gailey adapt? Because what Greg Williams is going to do, he laid the blueprint. Vic Fangio took it to another level. And now the problem is, when Greg Williams laid the blueprint against us, guys, he did it at halftime. He didn't do that and schedule and plan that all week. Now he's actually planning it all week. So he's just going to take it. He's going to turn it up a notch from what Fangio wanted to do. And the question is, are we going to be able to contain it? So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. it is what it is. I'm hoping that Greg Williams, I'm hoping that Greg Williams sees a Chan Gilly he's not expecting. And, like I said, we got to get some more designed rollouts, bootlegs. Let's get some bubble screens that work. And that comes down to the blocking needs to be good, guys. Got to establish that run so then we can lay off that play action, add in that RPO element to it. And, if you establish that run, on second down, you can start opening things up. So that's what you got to be hoping for, that Chan Gailey is ahead of the curve. And if halftime, Greg Williams is having to make adjustments once again, we're in good shape. So, defense and offense. Defense is really going to go hand in hand with offense this week. Hopefully, these boys can get it done. I believe in all of y'all. So, yes, Scott, our scout team defense can show 2 of those looks. Problem is, we don't know, as Dolphin fans especially, I can't tell you what Greg Williams has and hasn't shown this year. So, and I agree with you, Armando. I think Chan is still adapting to the today's NFL to an extent. It is what it is. Yeah, get back into this. Agreed. Well, the problem is, though, Justin, is when Chan gets into off script is when you get the struggling. It's like that's why you saw when the one thing you would notice with with Fitz, when Fitz was starting, right? Once we got out of those 20, 25 scripted plays, the first quarter and a bit, and it came to improvisation and, going off script is what you're talking about. Chan becomes archaic at times, especially his situational play calling. So, that's it's easy. You can beat stunts and twists with how I told you in terms of the offensive packages, in terms of the rollouts and all that stuff, but you can also 12-man personnel. If you noticed at halftime during my live reaction video, I was saying we need to go back to 12-man personnel because we were holding off the pressure when they had Smythe and Shaheen out there as blockers. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Justin, we'll see. I just don't have faith in I don't know, man. It's just something's not all right offensively right now. And I'll tell you right now, the worst thing that could happen for this team is they make the playoffs. And I don't mean that as like we get to watch I'm talking about for the fan base. For all these toxic people, the worst thing that will be happening if we make the playoffs. Because once we make the playoffs, the expectations are going to be through the roof. And we have so many holes right now. We're going to get... Dude, our run defense couldn't stop a cold. 180 yards? Y'all saw what New England did to us. What do you think will happen in the playoffs? And then our offensive line can't handle anything. Can't handle a looper to save their life right now. What do you think's gonna happen? Gonna get exposed. You can get beat up in the first game of the playoffs, and everyone's gonna turn around. Oh, Tua's Lamar Jackson. You can't win in the playoffs. Bam! That's exactly what you're gonna hear. And you know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be because, guys, if we make the playoffs, we've overachieved. That's the thing. Everyone got caught up on the 5 wins in a row and automatically They got away from the fact that we're rebuilding right now. We're still in the middle of a rebuild. But it's an accelerated because of free agency, and we made a lot of the right pieces, calls in terms of the pieces we brought in. So it's just working out on the field to an extent. But we're going to get exposed if that happens. And people are going to start hating on this kid, and they're going to drag the kid. Yeah, Michael Pulisic. There you go. You know what Derrick Henry would do to us in the first round? And that would make it even worse, because y'all already know I don't even got to say names. Tannehill beat Tua. Oh my God. I can already hear it now, bro. I already got throw up in my mouth. Think of it. Think of it. I'm telling you, because of the injuries and because of the wishy-washy run game right now, you're seeing exactly why they wanted Le'Veon Bell. So, because, I mean, I don't know if we have guys. Right now, we've got guys who have gotten close, but we can't say, none of us can say we have a legitimate 100-yard rusher on, like 100-yard a game rusher on this team. So, I don't know. I think we got a bunch of guys that was, like in terms of Breda, Gaskin, Ahmed. I think we got a bunch of guys that would have 800-ish yards if they were purely the featured back. I don't even know if I can firmly say we have 1,000-yard back on this team yet. Josh Valencia says the Texans are going 7-9. Huh. Yeah, 7-9 does us no favors in the draft. And like guys, and another thing, even if Breda, he'll be gone too. But I don't think they're gonna re-sign Breda. So after the season, you're gonna have Ahmed, Miles Gaskin, and like Patrick Laird. So I mean, I don't know, guys. You go get a Juju in the offseason, and then you turn around and you go get Devontae Smith or Waddle at 11, and then you come back with a Creed Humphrey, and you try to get an Abraham Lucas, and then you add a Najee Harrison to the mix. All of a sudden, that offense is looking real, real pretty, especially if you can figure out the center and right tackle. Because the fact of the matter is, guys, Kinley's going to be eventually kicked to left guard. Karras is going to be shown, given his walking papers whenever he's not. I got to look it up. I think it's at the end of next year. He's not a big cap hit. He doesn't have a lot of dead cap. So you will go. Kinley will go to left guard. They're going to probably draft Karras' replacement this year. Creed Humphrey, Trey Hill from Georgia, Josh Myers from Ohio State, Landon Dickerson from Alabama. There's a lot of good options. And then Hunt's going to be your right guard, and then they're going to figure out that right tackle. And then Jesse Davis can be your swing. Wow. Tyrone says, gotta remember, we're still gelling, we young reason, but I truly believe we're a playoff team without a doubt. Not only that, but I believe the division is ours for the taking, 11-5. 11-5. So you see one more loss, eh? I see 10-6 as the ceiling right now. 9-7 is not of the realm of possibility. The Chiefs game worries me because of Clyde Edwards-Helaire. You know, Le'Veon wants to be a featured back right now, so he might be running with a purpose. I mean, it's funny. Le'Veon Bell wants to be a featured back right now. I mean, dude, you should have came to Miami. The offer was there. So you got that issue. You know, I don't know. You know, you got a pretty good. I'm not worried about their passing game that much. You know, I'm not really worried because of how good our secondary is right now. But their running game, if their running game starts opening up for us, that's what's going to worry me. And you know, our offense, we need to get better right now if we're going to beat them. Vegas worries me. Josh Jacobs, Vegas worries me, and then really. Honestly, the Chiefs and the Raiders are the ones that worries me. The only thing, the other game that worries me, and it's not so much the team, it's the Bills game. It's because of the weather conditions. I don't know what to expect. Like, if it's because it's January 3rd, I think, guys, if it's like 15 inches of snow, it's a toss up. Whoever's running game is better that day. So I do think 10-6 is a legitimate possibility. 11-5. One more loss. Whoo. I don't know. That's who's that lost to? I hope we beat the Raiders, though, because we're probably going to be in prime time if we're in the playoff hunt. Rammy, I don't know what I've seen all the way from with Abraham Lucas. I've seen all the way from second to first. So we'll see. Yeah, I don't take the Pats lightly, Rammy. I just know our history of them against us in Miami. So I gotta play the odds on that. Gotta play the odds on that. But you're right, Belichick's record against quarterbacks under the age of 25, 110% right. I can't take any of them. What's to his ceiling and what's his floor? Ayub. His ceiling is Russell Wilson. His ceiling is Russell Wilson. His floor. His floor. Drew Brees at the Chargers. Not Drew Brees, the one you know now. Drew Brees at the Chargers. That's his floor. And if you've never seen that, go watch Drew Brees when he played with the Chargers. Yeah, Alex Smith is a decent one, I guess. But if y'all remember Drew Brees at the Chargers, go watch Drew Brees at the Chargers. All right, guys, I'm about to get out of here because I'm going to be back for a long, long stream on Sunday. Y'all already know what time it is. And I need all of y'all to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't. I hope everyone's having a happy Thanksgiving. I hope everyone's had a great day so far. I hope everyone has a great Saturday. And we'll be going live on Sunday, probably around 12:30-ish. So y'all already know what time it is. I'll be back around 12:30. And until then, it is what it is. Don't let it be what it ain't. And it's fins up all day, every day. Love each and every one of you. I hope all of y'all have a great night. And mods, if any mods want to join me, there's that link. And we'll see all of y'all on Sunday. But until then, it's fins up. And guys, the new episode of The Finish Line is out on iTunes and Spotify. Go check it out. Me, Richmond, and Ball Game chopped it up. And if you want my prediction, if y'all want my prediction, what am I predicting for this game? Well, I am predicting I'm not gonna change what I did in terms of my show, The Finish Line. I put my I put my stuff on there. I put my thing on there just a couple days ago, so I'll give you my prediction right now. My prediction, because I wrote it down. Make sure I get it right here. My prediction, guys, is simple. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring affair. I really don't believe it at all. But I think we're going to win. I think it's going to be not a pretty sight, but when is it ever? Lately, at least, right? So my prediction, guys, is I'm going to go Miami 23, and I'm going to do the New York Jets 9. So that's going to be my prediction. I do think we're going to hold them to field goals. They're going to push the ball on us. No worries. We'll hold them down. We'll hold them to field goals. And then I think offensively, I think one of those touchdowns is, 2 touchdowns and then 3 field goals for us. I think one of those touchdowns is actually going to be defensive. So I think we're going to go score 3 field goals and a touchdown on offense. Hopefully I'm wrong, and hopefully it's even a bigger blowout and it's 46-9. But 46-0 would be even better. But guys, I appreciate you. And like I said earlier, I'll see y'all next week for the review. And I'll see you on this Sunday in 2 days at 12:30 for the live reaction. Fins up, people. I hope all y'all stay happy.